Finally, it's my turn. Wizards of the Coast will finally release my version of the class updates. I had to wait a long time. It's almost like they forgot about me temporarily, but at least I'm not the artificer. They don't exist.
Well, if it isn't the cuck of Dungeons & Dragons, the class that specializes in shooting arrows, but wait, the fighter can do it better, and more if they want, and the rogue can outdamage them with some handy-dandy sneak attacks, so what we're left with is a ranger that doesn't sneak quite as well as a rogue, fight as well as a fighter, or spellcast as well as a druid. Kind of like the culmination of all three classes spun into a jar. An odd amalgamation of all three which neither the player base or Wizards of the Coast quite know what it's supposed to be. So, here comes 5.5e trucking along to come fix the mistakes of 5th edition, and it's worse. And it's so much worse. At least before you could argue that a ranger had choice on what it wanted to be, the only issue being that it didn't quite scale in terms of damage in the later levels. Now, I mean, I guess it is improved in combat performance and the amount of damage it generates at the cost of literally everything else. Less flavor, less abilities to alter the flow of combat, less variety in class features, just shoot an arrow. Mayhap if you're feeling spicy you can shoot a couple more and then you in turn rinse, repeat. Let's dig in. Okay, so level 1 off the bat we have spells. Coolio, nice little bone they always throw the ranger because otherwise they have no clue what to do with them. I wonder why they moved it to first level though. What could they possibly be trying to replace? Oh, Natural Explorer because it doesn't fucking exist anymore. No more terrain advantage. Before you could at least pick one, which I thought was dumb because you're supposed to be a man of the wilderness, expert on tracking every terrain. Their solution is to take away the whole shtick. Now we gotta use a bloody spell slot to do what we could do before normally. Great intuitive game design. Let's just turn the ranger into another spellcaster. Next, first level ability. Favorite enemy. Same name as the 2014 version, does nothing the 2014 version actually does. In fact, I don't even know why it's called that anymore. You have no enemy to favor. All it does is go back to that damn Hunter's Mark spell and says, okay, you have one more of this spell to use, by the way, and you always have it prepared, so it doesn't count as part of your prepared spell list, meaning you can cast more of a variety of spells from your list because the Hunter's Mark doesn't take up a slot. Also, you can cast it for free a number of times per rest, a bit like a shit sneak attack. In return, it does take away the free languages that you'd get from the 2014 version, advantage on checks to record shit about that particular enemy. I mean, it's not even that busted, so I don't know why they took it away. It just feels less rangery now, like you have less of a familiarity with different enemies across the landscape. Oh, and then there's weapon mastery as well. You get it like a lot of the other classes. Okay, nice one. Next level. At level 2, we get 2 goodies. First off, Deft Explorer. Second off, Fighting Style. You know what a Fighting Style is. I'm not covering that. Apart from like one little new thing that you can sub your Fighting Style for a Druidic Warrior feature, which gives you 2 Druid cantrips. This is a little feature that they've taken from Tasha's Cauldron, so not entirely new. Yeah, these Rangers are not beating the Druid Rogue Fighter allegations. Deft Explorer, well hey, you guessed it, also has nothing to do with its name. In this case, Exploring. We get a single expertise in 1 skill and proficiency in 2 languages. Bruh, how does this help? Are we a shit rogue now? We're a shit rogue now. How does this help exploration? And the Dungeons & Dragons Beyond site has now for the second time tried to market taking expertise and skills we already should have had with flavor. What mushrooms did they take when writing this class? Hey, here at Wizards of the Coast, we heard that you had some complaints about our 2014 Ranger class. We want to let you know that we hear you. So for this new 2024 edition, just as a massive fuck you, we've decided to start stripping things away and just give you expertise instead. Next level. Oh dear, here comes the subclasses. So, right, Beastmaster gets better scaling, never had a problem with the beasties. They get some mechanical improvements this time around, like armor class increases, which is great because most ordinary creatures in Dungeons & Dragons have shite armor class, which literally just make them damage sponges or very, very easy to kill. They also get a feature to take the dodge action as a bonus action. Your companion, does anyways, you don't. They get to take the dodge action as a bonus action. And finally, there's some more links to Hunter's Mark, so your companion can also get some DPS increase. Sorry, DPS? DPR, damage per round. Fey Wanderer. I have no idea where this came from. Well, it came from Tasha's, but I don't know why it came from, if that makes sense. It's basically just like it feels like Horizon Walker, if that makes sense. If Ranger was a common monster amalgamation of a rogue, druid, and fighter, then Fey Wanderer is like if rogue tapped out because it's got like constitution issues, right? It's a quick shot. So rogue is tapped out because it's obviously finished, and then sorcerer tags in, and alongside sorcerer, bard also tags in, and so they've spiked down as well. So what we have here is a Fey Wanderer, bit of sorcery, bit of bard, sploshed into this little swirling cup of rogue, fighter, and druid. So I mean, I guess it's alright. I don't think it's very rangery, but whatever. It's definitely something I would play if I was really bored. Gloomstalker is my go-to, but that's because I'm a rogue man and Gloomstalker feels most like playing a rogue assassin. They've changed it so that rather than taking an additional attack on the first turn, you just do extra damage. So, I mean, personally, I prefer that, you know, so I don't hit my first attack and then risk missing my second. Just doing more damage is simpler. You do get that extra attack later on that first turn, but at level 11, along with the choice to frighten it instead of hitting it again. So it's a nice little spice up with a choice. But by level 11, you'll be shitting out attacks anyways. Hunter is without a doubt the most ranger feeling subclass, because, and take notes here lads, it ain't all about the bigger number. Big numbers ain't gonna do me any good if I don't feel like a bloody ranger. So in this particular case, I would just take paladin. Never mind, smite has been nerfed, okay, but I'd choose something else. Here, you can change out a few of those tactic selections that Hunter gets per long and short rest. Nice little addition. I've always been a fan of letting players change shit about the characters on a rest so that they can repurpose themselves for a situation at hand. Stay relevant regardless of the situation. My main praise, and rather complaint as well, is registered for the last little feature you get at level 3, which lets you know the immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities of creatures who get tagged by your Hunter's Mark. Why the... Okay, first off, love it. Amazing feature. Shows the ranger's familiarity with creatures and the world. But why is this subclass locked when you've made Hunter's Mark so important to the whole class? And then locked something so crucial behind one subclass. And you know what makes this worse? They removed Primeval awareness. So they've subclass locked one extremely important feature, and then another feature which is supposed to be infamous with the Ranger, which is Primeval awareness, they've just ripped away. Now, let me elaborate. I've got a pretty complicated relationship with the concept of Primeval awareness. I don't have the greatest relationship because I think it's a very clunky mechanic in the way that the players use them. They sit there for a minute and then they tell the DM, yo, DM, give me a list of all the aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiend, undead. Oh, there were one of the aforementioned creatures passing through this area, but I don't know how many of them there were or when they were. Great, good information, thank you very much. But what it did was give a player an idea of how this class worked, what its role was, and the ways it could have been played. What we should have done was tweaked it into something maybe more useful. I don't know, spend 1 minute to activate it, and if you spend a spell slot, you can pick a specific type of the creature that passed through, and it gives you information on what they were doing, how many of them there were, more information to do with one particular creature type, or I don't know, maybe you get some kind of bonus against that creature. I don't know, do something for God's sake, rather than saying, sucks to suck, guess you're gonna have to take the expertise and perception with Deft Explorer, son. Oh, you want Primeval awareness? How about you be aware of having eyeballs and use them? Real fun. Legolas, what do your elf eyes see? Fucking nothing, mate. I got the same perception score as you. Next change is at level 6. Roving is a cool ability. I stand by having rangers be less affected or completely unaffected by terrain. They're wilderness rangers for God's sake, so roving just gives you a buff to movement. But it's a step in the right direction. Oh, what the fuck? They removed Lance Strider. But why? I don't get it. For what purpose? The rangers are supposed to be masters of navigating the wilderness. Okay, so now terrain just fucks me up, brother. Forget changing the feature. Why would they remove it? Full stop, and replace it with expertise at one level later. Are you serious? Bro, take your expertise and shove it up a rogue's bum. That's it for this level, because that's all you get. You get a remove, and you get an expertise. Oh, level 10 in the double digits. Ooh, what goody goodies do we have here but another copy and paste from Tasha? Are you flubbing me? Spending a whole ass action to get some damn temporary hit points. Oh, but one change. You can spam that shit equal to the number of your wisdom modifier now. Okay, Okay, nice I guess. The author here is putting his back into trying to breathe life into this by flavoring the fuck out of it, but I gotta say, let it go, bro. It's Joe over. Oh, and say bye-bye to hide in plain sight, yet another victim to the slaughter of ranger abilities. I thought it was hella niche and only usable in select scenarios. Bit lacking comparing to other features classes got at level 10, but I didn't say remove it. It was still cool. Well, whatever. I'm getting numb now. Okay, level 13. Relentless Hunter. Taking damage can no longer break your concentration on hunt. Wait, hang on. Only lose concentration on Hunter's Mark if you become incapacitated or you die. So wait, they redesigned this whole damn class around this one particular spell and made it so concentration could be broken until level 13. So you're telling me for 13 levels straight you need to roll for concentration every single time that you get hit. Obviously maybe not as much as other classes considering you're a ranged fighter, but that doesn't change the fact that for 13 levels straight you need... Okay, so rather than take level 9 expertise, why the hell couldn't they have just put this at level 9? It's not even extremely busted, you just get to use your central feature a little bit easier. Wow, Nature's Veil. Go invisible at level 14. But wait, I sense a mystery here, Watson. This ability is from Tasha's. Except now you can use it as many times as your wisdom modifier, not your proficiency bonus. But in Tasha's, this ability is supposed to replace hide in plain sight at level 10. So here we are at level 14. No more hide in plain sight. And the thing that was supposed to replace it at level 10 is now at level 14. So they shoved the replacement ability 4 levels higher. Why? Level 17. You have advantage on things with Hunter's Mark on them. Yay! That's it. You claw to level 17, something very few of us will do, and you get advantage. Meanwhile, the wizard is dual-slinging reality warping spells while getting spoon-fed by the local bar maiden. At level 18, you get blown sight. That's it, fella. You ain't getting nothing more. Level 19, here comes the epic boobs. Now, we'll see about this when the book comes out. For now, I'm gonna say that the example they gave for level 19 boob is atrocious. It lets you teleport 30 feet after every attack. Okay, but when the book comes out and you've got more of a choice to pick from, then we'll see again. Alright, Foe Slayer. The pinnacle of mortal proficiency in your line of work. You quite literally cannot get better than this. Wizards and sorcerers casting reality warping spells and shift the landscape like dough for them to mold. Rogues becoming masters of stealth so that they may delude and deceive the gods themselves. Monks literally being able to punch the Holy Ghost out of you. What does the Ranger get?
1d10 force damage on Hunter's Mark.
That's it. That d6 you were doing? Yeah, no, it's 1d10 now. You're welcome. Yay, more damage. Marginally. Not even a d12, just a d10. Yeah, that's all that can be said here. That's depressed me. Next video will be Monk, because I need a good class to cheer me up, and I have heard good things about Monk. Save me, Kung Fu Man. Save me. Join the Discord and let's all complain about how bad this class is. Or follow my Twitter to stay up to date. Subscribe or I'll make you vanish like the Ranger abilities.